Hi folks, this is Jay back again to show you the second part of the pull request demo, which is about a failure case where you submit a pull request and it does not get merged successfully because there's a conflict. Now this may happen if there's two people who suggest somewhat contradicting changes to the workflow. For example, let's consider two people in your team. One person wants to create what's known as a handoff from one task to another, suggesting that this second task is dependent on the output of the first task. However, there's another member of your team who actually wants to swap the ordering of these two tasks. That person wants to take this task and make it come before this task. Now, you cannot have both of these changes go into Foundry at the same time because a handoff is supposed to imply some sort of chronological ordering. And you cannot have a handoff from an event in the past to an event, from event here to an event in the past. That doesn't make sense. So let's see who gets lucky. Let's simulate what these two different workers would do. What the first worker would do is click on the edit button to again submit a pull request. And I have my pop-ups blocked, so I'm going to let them open. This is worker 1 trying to add the handoff. I'm worker 1. Pretend I'm worker 1 right now. I'm going to create that handoff by clicking like that. And so I have this handoff over here. Great, I'm satisfied, so I'm going to go submit the pull request. But hang on. In the meantime, we can go back to the original team, and worker 2 on his or her own computer has come around and also clicked on the edit button to suggest their change, which was to swap the ordering of these two events. And so that worker 2 goes ahead and does this. Like that. Now they're in different orderings. So now we have two changes that are trying to be proposed. One is trying to add a handoff from new event to J's new event. The other one is trying to swap the ordering. Now these two changes are contradicting. You cannot have them be in Foundry at the same time. So let's say worker 1's change is submitted as a pull request. Great, it's been submitted successfully. We should see it appear in our Slack channel. And let's also assume that worker 2 went ahead and submitted a pull request as well. Now remember, submitting a pull request is not the same as approval. This is just a recommendation to change the team, but it has not been approved yet. So both of them suggested changes. They both show up in these final two lines of the Slack channel. Now, one of the team workers goes ahead and looks at the first pull request and notices that there is this recommendation to add the handoff. And the worker feels like, hey, this is okay. I can approve my teammate's request over here. And goes ahead and clicks on approve and merge, which is merged successfully. Now if we go to the original team, go to the original team, we notice, yeah, this was the original team. We notice that the handoff has appeared, which is great. However, we had this second pull request, remember, which was trying to swap the ordering. Now someone else comes along in the team and tries to approve this one. It's not going to work because it's trying to swap the ordering over here, whereas in the original team, now there is that handoff. So let's say, as another team worker, I try and come in here to approve of this change. What Foundry is going to tell me is that there's a conflict. And it's going to give me the type, which is handoff misordered events conflict. What that means is that in the original team, currently, there is a relationship between these two events, which implies a chronological ordering. But what you are trying to do here in this pull request is mess with that. And so it will not allow that to happen. And when you see these kinds of things happening, you should have a discussion in your team and figure out which change you actually want. Did you want the handoff change to be approved, or did you want this event swapping? And once you're satisfied, then you can together submit one pull request with the change that you actually wanted, so that such a conflict does not happen again. Great, I hope that helped. And feel free to reach out to us on Slack for any help. Bye-bye.